Hi guys, so I'm sure all of you are aware that the Ultra League has begun. So in this video I'll be showing my first two sets I've done in the Ultra League. So now Ultra League isn't really my league, it's actually my worst performing league out of the three leagues. But I managed to go on a 16 winning streak in the Ultra League. So now before I show you the team, um, this team I actually didn't create, so it was actually created by a YouTuber called HomeSliceHenry. So I'll leave a link in the description down below, so definitely go check him out. And yeah, so I hope GBL is going well for you. Personally for me, I've been taking it quite slow because it is a very long season, so you know there's still 70 days left. So yeah, so let's get into the battles. Okay, so I won't show all 16 battles, so I'll just show two sets, so 10 battles. So the team I'm using is on the screen there, and I'll have all the movesets. So it's Gyarados lead into Articuno. So in this matchup, I stay in because it's quite a neutral matchup, so we're both doing neutral damage. And I don't commit any shields because there's no point, because the Icy Wind will debuff me, so it doesn't make sense, and they do actually commit a shield, so I'm perfectly happy just to get the shield advantage. So from this matchup, and I come down with Lapras and just farm all the way down, so they can throw Ancient Power or Icy Wind, it doesn't matter. So you know, because Lapras is very tanky, so yeah, I can just take all these, and then I'll be looking to switch right away to clear their debuff. And they have a Polito, and they switch into Giratina. So in this mirror, I'm actually up a shield, so I'm quite comfortable. Now they double shield, so they're now shields down. Now I still have both shields, but my win con, it's still the Giratina, because that Politoad cannot really touch my Lapras, because Lapras is just so bulky. So now here I commit two shields because there's no point of me keeping the shields for later, because I have two Pokemon now against their one Pokemon, so I'm in a very good spot, and I can just go straight Dragon Claws. Now they have to Blizzard me here to the KO me, so, and they do. Now this means that it is very unlikely they have Blizzard and Earthquake, so it is extremely unlikely. So now I can just go for straight Surfs. Now if you do want you know, more in-depth strategy on how to play this team, HomeSliceHenry does have a video, an in-depth video on how to play this team, so I definitely recommend checking that out. Okay, so we have our next battle now. So we have Gyarados into Giratina. This is a very good lead for us because the Dragon Breath are doing super effective, and the opposed and Giratina is doing neutral damage to us. So here we go straight for the crunch. There's no need to wait because, you know, we're doing super effective anyway with our fast moves. So, and if they shield, we just decide to mash shields, because we win this in all even shields, and we can tank one Dragon Claw. But we do have to get off the second crunch to either burn the second shield or KO the Giratina to win switch. They do let it go and bring in a Cresselia. So Cresselia is quite tricky for the back line. So because he has Grass Knot, super effective against Lapras, and Moonblast super effective against Giratina. Now this Cresselia, if you notice, is actually running Confusion. So that's amazing for us because Confusion, it generates energy very slowly, so compared to Psycho Cut. So here I just switch out to Lapras because I don't want them to farm me now. So, and they have a Togekiss, so this is amazing for us because Lapras are doing super effective with the Ice Shards, and now I can safely bait with the Surfs and just KO the Togekiss with the Ice Beam. Okay, so we have our next match here. So we have Gyarados into Surface, so another great lead. Now it's 5 for the Surface to get to Leaf Blade or Night Slash, so I don't need to shield the first one, and I can just go straight for the Aqua Tail here. And they can't really counter me down, so they decide not to shield, so I can just Dragon Breath down and Wind Switch. And they come in with a Bama Snow. Okay, this is tricky for my backline because the Ice are doing super effective against Giratina, and the Energy Ball is doing super effective against Lapras. So I have to come in with Lapras because the fast moves will just destroy the Giratina. So now Lapras can tank one Energy Ball, but only one. So here I just go straight for the Ice Beam because they've only got one shield. So I want to either burn the last shield or KO-ish. Now they do reach to another move, so I have to shield because if I don't, they'll just KO me. So here they reach to another move, but thankfully it's only a weather ball, so we survived that and we can go for another Ice Beam to KO-ish. Now their last Pokemon is Stunfisk, Galarian Stunfisk. So this is a level 50 Galarian Stunfisk. So I just switch out to Giratinas because I don't want them to farm. And surprisingly, Giratina versus Galarian Stunfisk actually wins this in the zero shields. So I have to be careful of how I play this. But I still have you know, a Lapras with some energy. So what I'm gonna do is that this Rock Slide won't KO. So I'm gonna throw this Shadow Sneak and then come in with Lapras because I don't want them to farm, and hopefully just I shut them down for the win, or just sack the Lapras and then I can just do one Shadow Claw to take it out. So that last match was pretty sweaty, but we have our next match here. So we have Gyarados into Lugia, so a spicy pick. So we can stay in and we can go straight for the crunch. There's no need to bait because they might not shield as Lugia is quite tanky, but they do shield. So now we can just mash shield here because Sky Attack will kind of hurt against Gyarados, as Gyarados is not the tankiest around, and they do throw a second one, but we can tank one Sky Attack, but not a second one. So we can go for a crunch, and they do double shield. So here I'm just going to go straight for the Aqua Tail as I can't reach the crunch. So and they do switch out to Swampert. So here, because they're switch locked to Swampert, I can just bring in the Giratina and I can soak an Earthquake, no problem. And I just go straight for the Dragon Claws. Now I do need a shield for Lapras because Lapras with a shield advantage can more or less sweep anything that they have in the backline. So now because the Swampert is so low, I don't need to shield, I can just come in and farm down with the Lapras. But they have Giratina, so they are likely to try and sack, which they do, and yeah, I didn't fall for it, and then I take that game. Okay, so we have our next match here. Let's see what we have. We have Gyarados into Snorlax. So this is again a neutral match, so we can just stay in. And here I will most likely just maybe try and build up to a potential Hydro Pump, just to kind of, you know, fake it. But they do switch out Empoleon, so I can just switch to Giratina right away because he has a very positive matchup against Empoleon. Now they're not like building up to Blizzard, so I don't need to shield because it was only like 7 waterfalls I think. So I can just go straight Shadow Sneak to KO the Empoleon, try and win switch back. And again, it's too quick to be a Blizzard, so don't need to shield. And I can just farm it down and win switch. Now they're coming back with Snorlax, so I can just go straight for Shadow Claws, Dragon Claws, and I do swap out to Gyarados because I don't want them to lick me down, to farm me down. And I throw the Aqua Tail to pressure shield, which I do get. Now here I can mash shield because I do have quite a bit of energy on the Gyarados and I don't want to lose the Gyarados. So I go for Aqua Tail and they don't shield, so they reach another one. I have to shield here because I can just shield and farm down and I have loads of energy and 3 Pokemon left. So they have a Togekiss, so I can just throw the Aqua Tail and just switch to Lapras, and I can just go straight for Ice Beam, and this should nearly KO, but a few Ice Shard will KO actually. So yeah, that's GG to my opponent. Okay, so I managed to go 5-0 in my first set in North League, so that's very good. And here we're into the second set now. So we have Gyarados into Articuno again. So we have seen this before. We can just stay in and go straight for Aqua Tail. So we actually reach the Aqua Tail just before they reach to the Icy Wind. And they do shield, so that's the best case scenario here. So we can just safely, not shield and just go straight Aqua Tails and just take the shield advantage. And come in with the Lapras and farm down. Okay, so you can just farm all the way down, and they can throw. They're probably going to throw 2 Icy Winds, which is fine. And let's see what they have in the back. So we have to switch right away, and they have a Alolan Mug. So now this is not a great position to be in, because the Dark Pulse are doing a lot of damage. So what we can do is that we can just go straight for Shadow Claws and try and get the Alolan Mug as low as possible. But we do want to save the 2 shields for Lapras, because that is our win con. Like, we don't need this Giratina anymore. So we can just go straight for Ice Beam, because the Surf won't KO the Mug, and 1 more Ice Shot should do it. And they bring back in the Cresselia. So now we have 2 shields, so there's no point us, saving the shields. And here, because they have a shield, we can go straight for Surfs, and they do shield. So that's amazing. Now we can go for Ice Beam, because shields are down, so Ice Beam does more damage. Now, my only win con here is if they potentially sack the Alolan Mug, so that I can potentially KO them with these Ice Beam and a Surf. So they do sack the Mug, and here I can go to Ice Beam, and it's just a race to whoever gets the charge move first, and I can do it first, and this Surf will KO. So yeah, that match was I should have lost, but if my opponent didn't do the sack. But anyway, we get into our next battle here. So we have a Charizard lead, so this is very positive, and this is Fire Spin, so even better. Now they bring in a Giratina, so here we can just go straight for Crunch, because we're so out of energy. We can bring in the Lapras, and the Lapras has such a dominant match, we don't need to shoot anything. And they actually go for Shadow Sneak, which is the wrong play. In here you want to go straight for Dragon Claws. Now we can just go straight for Ice Beam here and KO it. And they bring back in the Charizard. Now here I can take a Dragon Claw, which is fine, and go for Surf. I want to see if my timer is up, so I want to switch to Gyarados so they don't farm me down. Now here I have 2 shields, so there's no point just saving them. I can use shield 1. They're trying to catch, so I'll build a little bit more. I just go straight for the Crunch, because shields are down, so Crunch does more damage. And here I don't have the shields, because nothing will KO here. And I can just go for Aqua Tail, and this should get the Swampert into very low. And here there's no point shielding, because Swampert is basically at 1 HP. And I can just come in with the Giratina and just take the game. Okay, so now we have our next opponent. So we have Gyarados into Surfetch, so another amazing lead. We can just stay in, and we can go straight for the Aqua Tail. We can tank 1 Leaf Blade, that's fine. We see, do they want the shield? They do shield, so we can match shield, because we do want to try and win switch. And here it's too risky to farm down, so because they might get the second move, so I just go straight for Aquatel to win switch. And they have a Snorlax, so Snorlax is tricky, but I think combining with Lapras is the right play because the Shadow Claws from the Giratina are resisted, are double resisted, so they go straight superpower, which is a bit strange. But that's fine. So we have to shield the second one because the second one will KO. We can just go for straight starts because they are debuffed. So this second surf should, okay, they do shield out to Tokis. Okay, this is quite bad, so we have to go for Ice Beam. We have to switch out to Giratina right away. Now our only win con here is to Shadow Sneak down, but we can't let a charm go through, so we have to try and fast move the Nile then. And here this ancient power won't KO, so we can just Shadow Claw down the Snorlax. Okay, so we have our next opponent. We have Gyarados into Obstacle. Okay. So this is I would say a favorable lead for us, so a neutral lead. So what we do is that we can just go straight Aquatel, and we only shield if they shield, so because they can't really counter us down. They go for a second Night Slash, so now they do switch to Melmetal. We can just go for Aquatel. We can switch to Giratina because Giratina has a very dominant match against Melmetal. We can just go straight for Shadow Sneaks. Now they oddly decided to shield, so we don't have to shield because these Rock Slide aren't doing much. But we might have to shield one if it gets to very low. They do swap out to Obstacle, so we can just, because we're at a Dragon Claw, we can shield here and just show the Dragon Claw, and then switch to Gyarados because we have a Aquatel banked. We can just farm now. We can just throw the Aquatel onto the Melmetal, and we actually get both shields, so that's amazing. So we come back with the Giratina. And we can tank a Rock Slide from this range, that's fine. Now we can safely shield here and just KO this Melmetal because the Lapras doesn't want to see the Melmetal. Now we can just Dragon Claw whatever comes in, which is Giratina, and then the Lapras will just come in and sweep everything up. I think the Melmetal has no energy, so we can just Ice Shadow down. Okay, so I believe we're going into our final battle here. So we have a Gyarados into Empoleon. So again a neutral lead, so we want to go straight for the crunch. Shield. So I think I do not shield here. I could have let it go and just take the shield advantage, but this Empoleon could be problematic for my Lapras, so I do want to try and win the switch if I can. I'm here to try to farm me down, which was a mistake on their part because I can't get to Aquatel and force either the second shield, which I do. And here I could just farm down with the Giratina. And Lapras with a shield, you know, it's pretty dominant. So now they have Tokis, so we can just come in with Lapras, and Lapras with a shield will just sweep. So yeah, this is more or less a GG. So if you guys like this video, please give a thumbs up, and yeah, that will help me make better videos in the future for you guys, and hopefully help you guys reach legend as well. So good luck in all your battles. Bye.